back to another cast with Trendfollowing Tyson. I just want to show you guys a few things. Just a few things from what we looked at this week. We were looking at some ENPH breakouts, some continuation on ENPH. We were looking at some DNR, some legacy, and some few other things like that. So let's take a look and see how that turned out. Before we do that, let's take a look at the quote. It's from Jesse Livermore. As you guys just saw, that is Jesse Livermore. All right, one of the best speculators of all time, in my opinion. Just saying. All right, so let's get to one of my favorite quotes from Jesse Livermore, and it kind of deals with what we're doing now, because this trend following is major. I mean, so much has been created over past time. I mean, there's so much proof of what trend following is about, and what the absolute return behind trend following is. If you're shooting for an absolute return in trading, I mean, it's such a awesome way to exploit the market, in my opinion, and it's kind of like the only way to exploit the market, in my opinion. That's why I like quotes from Jesse Livermore and other people like that. But let's take one from Jesse Livermore, who's one of the best speculators of all time. Disregarding the big swing and trying to jump in and out was fatal to me. Nobody can catch all the fluctuations. In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold until you believe the bull market is near its end. To do this, you must study general conditions and not tips or special factors affecting individual stocks. Right? So, you guys heard it from Livermore. Don't disregard the big move. Don't trade the fluctuations. Okay? In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold until you believe the bull market is near its end. Alright, we haven't met that end yet, guys. So we're still riding these waves. Alright, let's get into the trend. Yesterday we were talking about ENPH. Remember? Breaking out of this level. I showed you guys, I said ENPH, if it can get through this here, alright, it's on and moving. That means that's our goal. That means we've got the breakout. And look, we've got a good close above it. The next day trading session, we got a close above it right there. So we got the continuation we were looking for, the breakout. We've broken out of this area here. Next thing, so in my opinion, I like to look at this here and how much can we cover of this, because obviously this move, we were sitting inside of this here. See this? Look, we were sitting, and see this side of the move? We were sitting in here on this side. So we were sitting here, all right, and the stock said, okay, finally, we'll break out. Boom, and so we've continued. We've got a candle here. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just wait and see. But so far, it's just following this structure perfectly with this breakout over this area now, okay? With this candle that we got. So I like to watch ENPH with that. All right. I'm up 400% on my legacy calls, guys. 400% on my legacy calls. 400% on my legacy calls. And you know what's funny, guys? You see that whole rounding structure that legacy has going on right now? Doesn't that look a lot similar to what we just saw on ENPH? Two of the same structures. You see that? ENPH, there's legacy. Two totally different sectors, two totally different stocks, same structure. Right there. See it? Alright. Trend following at its best, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told you guys, it's my favorite pattern, that rounding bottom, is to get long on a trend. That's how you catch majority of that move. But this the same exact structure on ENPH and legacy. Alright. So legacy just following its deal here. I had a $10 call yesterday, and this thing was, where was this thing at before sessions opened up? At about $8, 8 and some change, and we boom shot up to 965. So that thing is, look for some continuation on legacy. Sorry to anybody that's not enjoying that. that thing can get to 10 really easy. So I'm up 400% on my calls. I don't really do a lot of options and calls and stuff like that, but I took a shot at this one. Just because I kind of have a good idea of where things are going and where they should go based on regular price action, so to speak. All right, so keep an eye out for legacy for continuation. SMRT for continuation. I think it was finished today red yesterday. I think it finished the day red, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, opened up here 390, closed down here 374, but keep an eye on it. These stocks need to breathe, guys, and like we just read the quote from Livermore, we're gonna stay following this action until this trend has ended. Obviously, this move is not over. Look at all these rounding patterns we're following, guys. It's gonna show it. It's my favorite thing because prices, it's like a stock saying, all right, let's go back near these old prices. All right, this is the same pattern we saw in ENPH and legacy, you guys. Strength up here, trading, crash, and then this whole looping thing where stock just dives and starts rounding itself up. I never know where this is gonna go. The last winners, and I'm going to show you EHER and I. Those two last ones, when they made this move here, clearly came all the way up here. All right? I kid you not. Those two last moves, HER here and I, they made this same similar pattern here. All right? When you pan out. That's why I said trend following is all about panning out, seeing the big picture, not just right here and you're like, oh, you're trying to trade this and that, and you kind of don't have a damn clue what's going on, You don't have a damn clue what's going on. And trust me, we wouldn't be trading any junk here anyway. Look at the structure behind the stock, even on the 5-day, guys. Even on a 5-day. Nothing but structure and strength holding up these prices. So I love this thing for continuation. And not just for the short term, until we start fulfilling this, until this pattern fulfills. And it goes otherwise. Remember, we just read the quote from Livermore. You stay long on a bull market until you have evidence that it has ceased. We have no evidence that this bull market has ceased. Matter of fact, I have evidence that this bull market may be just beginning. Okay, a lot of these bull markets. But when you see this, when you pan out here and you see the structure on the short term or the midterm, that's a big clue, guys. You got strength here on the yearly, on the shorter term, on the midter term, and then when you pan out, you see prices trying to rally and round off. My favorite pattern. It's bread every time. Favorite pattern. SMRT, I got a little carried away. Sorry. Let me show you guys I and HER, and then we'll get out of here. This is just gonna be quick, something quick we could take a look at before markets show up, and business as usual. So there's I, kind of round. Remember I told you guys I said I made the same thing and it kind of came clearly. It didn't come all the way up here, man. It still has some way to go, but it did come from this bottom area and kind of round up, covered more of this rounding space here. All right, so I like I for continuation in the long term. And the short term, as you see the long term what's happening, there's a change in sentiment. So I like for this continuation to happen until we get confirmation that something else is going on, which there isn't. HER is almost at 20 bucks. I mean, you guys, here goes the same structure. We're seeing it all across the board. Almost every stock we're following right now that I'm following. Currently, some of these is not the only stocks I'm following, but these are some of the best that I'm following, and they're covered. And people are chasing them. I'm not chasing them because I'm long already, but people are chasing them. All right. Same thing here, guys. I don't know what this is gonna cover. I don't know if this is gonna come up here. Who's to judge? We traded here before. Now prices are rounding off. Who knows where this thing's gonna go? Okay, so we're still long on HER. Just showed you guys the quote from Jesse Livermore. We stay long until the move has signified you otherwise, until there's a change in sentiment, until that thing goes the other way, starts trading on the downside. All right, there's Pandora. I like this thing. You see long term it down here, testing this resistance level here, sitting right on this resistance level, break through this. All right, But on the shorter term, see structure here, kind of like that whole rocket ship lifting off, coming up and back into these old prices here, guys. So I like Pandora. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful company there. I don't know about the, quote unquote share structure wise. Sirius XM and Pandora, same space, same radio space, satellite radio space. All right, something similar, same type of radio space. But look at this, something nice going on in Sirius XM. And I've always liked this stock. I just never could figure out why it was so crappy. But wow, look at this thing looking wonderful, guys. I like this for a long, bouncing off this. We kind of trade naked here. We trade pure price action here, but kind of you see this bouncing off this 20-day moving average, holding this 20-day moving average very well. All right, so I like Sirius XM, and if you guys need to stop on that thing, let's take a look in the shorter term, and you get a closer picture, and you see 683, and these prices are holding up well. All right, and if prices start closing, you get 4 or 5, you start getting closes, and they start closing below this, there might be something wrong. All right, show you guys one last stock before we get out of here. I didn't do any new 52s. I'll show you. I'll bring something up tomorrow. We'll take a look at some stuff. We'll look at some new 52s for everybody to look at for Monday and stuff like that. And we'll do some knowledgeable things, But I like BLFS just to continue on. All right. Remember, I told you guys I traded this thing earlier this year from here to here. It got stagnant, and I kind of should have had a buy limit order for this area, and I did not. Okay, so I failed to catch this breakout, and the prices started to run without me. But it's never too late to get on. You never know, this thing can go to 12 or wherever. Who knows where it's going to go? All right, BLFS, and if you need to stop on that thing, it looks a little thin on the. It's not as frequently traded as all the other stocks, but it's still a darn nice stock. So it's a little thin if you look at it on the 5-day and the 1-day, but it's giving you some stops around here, 850 and. This area. All right, holding up a little bit there. So I like that thing for the very long term to fill in. You never know what's going to fill in. I was long from 3. I didn't know it was going to get. I was long at 3 and 4. I didn't know it was going to get to 9 almost. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a nice options there if you're looking for options at 9 to 9.5. All right, nice calls on that thing. All right, so I'll see you guys back here very shortly. I just wanted to show you guys that breakout on ENPH and some other continuation. So, all right.